We often get asked, who else is doing this? What is sort of your competitive landscape? And that's what this few minutes is going to be about. Is the competition. Well, listen, we often get compared to 4 industry sectors, taking them in turn here. Secure messaging, companies like WhatsApp, Telegram, massive companies, WhatsApp, Telegram, secure email, Cisco, Ironport, Egress, data rooms, Merrill and Bound, big industries, and certainly an enormous one here, DocuSign and digital signatures with EchoSign. I mean, if you just take DocuSign on its own to give you a perception of the value of the sectors that we're touching on, about 50 million plus users, 3 billion valuation, madness. Now, if you add together WhatsApp's valuation, goodness knows what that is now, and then and this. Because what we're trying to do is not compete with 4 different sectors, we're compared to them, and what we're actually trying to achieve is we want to pull those 4 sectors together into one easy to use application that does a degree of messaging, email, storage of your files and security, along with digital signage. So we aim to consolidate those 4 sectors into one easy to use application, hopefully giving us the value of any one of those organisations would be very nice. Major differences in what we do as opposed to what they do. One of them, let me start over this side. One of them is an envelope, which not just the envelope into which your content goes, but there's a sort of a DNA version where my system, my app, my logo, my identity has a DNA. That merged with yours, if I'm sending you some content, I can put the 2 of us together along with the content. It comes up with a blockchainable DNA sequence, as it were, and it creates a little envelope which is drag and droppable, just like a PDF icon on your desktop or a Word icon, and then you can drop that onto a memory stick, or you can email it, or you can send it via Facebook, or you can send it via LinkedIn. And whenever the receiver receives that little icon, only they can open it. So what they would do is that if it was on a memory stick, for example, they would drag it onto their application, drag it onto their desktop, put it onto the Envy application, and it's only their DNA coupled with mine that would open that envelope. And one of the benefits of that being is if you left some important information on a memory stick on a train or on an aeroplane, and there have been cases in the past where there have been medical information and child protection information that have been breached. Well, in this case, whoever found that memory stick would try and open it. It would be pinging our server with their location, so you could retrieve your memory stick, and they couldn't open it anyway. So there's one of the differences. The other one, which I've touched on in another video, are terms and conditions. I think in the other video I touched on, what did I touch on? Credits, industry, and sending invoices out. And another one would be non-disclosure agreements. So well, it can be anything. It can be any form of term and condition that you want to impose upon the person that receives it. Touched on messaging and secure email, all retractable. So you send something, you suddenly fall out with somebody, you have the ability to retract your messaging. Voice over IP and presenter. So we inside the envelope, we can have pretty much like a data room. We have the ability to send out to a group of people. So if we were lawyers, we would have the ability to send out to 10 different partners that around the world that were involved, for example, in the property practice of our law firm. And instead of us all having to go into a suite where we've got secure presentation, video conferencing, which we do once a week, which is mental, you now have the ability, if I was initiating this, to send out to 10 of the people, all the partners, an envelope. They open the envelope. As they open the envelope, there's a little telephone in there. I press mine. I know they're all there. They're all ready to go because they've opened it and I've been pinged. I press my telephone. They start ringing. They start talking. And we can all present different information. That can be done on your mobile phone, on your iPad. It can be done on whatever device that you're currently sat at, completely end-to-end secure, with military-grade encryption to the highest levels. And at the end of that presentation or conference call, you have the ability to vaporize it just like it never happened. if you want to vaporize, so if I'm coming over this side now, I've been here and I'm over here now. If you do want to vaporize something because there's been a potential breach of your information, you have the ability to, as it's vaporized, to instantly send a cease and desist notification to the email address of the person that you vaporized. And as mentioned in prior videos, you have also got an ability to track and harvest information. So it's not just the ability to vaporize in the terms of a breach or any of the other wonderful things we do. If you want to allow something to proliferate with the viral nature of our system, a little example of that was if I sent you an envelope with some content in it, as soon as you've opened that content upon my terms and conditions, you've also accepted the terms and conditions of envelope. As you open it, you then, within sort of 10 or 20 minutes, you'll receive a welcome email to say, you can now start using the system for free. Here's your temporary password, blah, blah, blah. You then go online and you can send it to people. So I send it to you, you become a free user. You send it to 10 people, they all become free users, can download the app for free. And that's how the system will work with a viral aspect. So it's got a very rapid growth trajectory. And that's what a lot of organisations like, particularly in the music or entertainment industry or sporting industry, where they're looking to harvest a fan base. So those are some of the things that we do and some of the differences between what we do with our competition. I hope that makes sense. Thanks.